From the New York Post, British cops wore jogging outfits to elicit catcalls and then arrested some men who hit on them.
Speaking of which, have nothing better to do, right?
Yep. The UK is conquered. It's a failed state. And while grooming gangs go free and get slaps on the wrist, lady cops jog around, and then when someone hollers at them, they arrest them. So the UK, you're a conquered nation, and I feel bad for you.
You know, you mentioned people hollering at lady cops, and the scenario that we just saw that Alan was mentioning as well. If there were lady cops that walked up to 7 dudes that are sitting on a front porch, you know they're going to be making, derogatory remarks. They're not going to be listening to the police officers. They are police officers, yes, but young dudes like that, they're going to flirt with them or whatever, and they're going to treat them like women before they treat them like police officers. That's just the way that young guys act, especially in front of, when they got their friends around. They're gonna make remarks. That's what young dudes like that will do. You don't want to put people in those situations where they have to kind of, escalate the situation, because if they're just like, oh, we're not going to listen to you, then the police officer has to escalate the situation. So.
But you know what's interesting about this story, Tim, is that, okay, you go and get police officers to come out in jogging outfits so that they can have some people yell catcalls at them. But you got a rape culture that is happening in England, and you're just dismissing it. You're allowing roving bands of people to rape young women, and you're dismissing it.
This is what happens when you let, we call them awfuls, affluent white female liberals, get in charge. They're dismissive of the poor, oppressed Muslim rape gangs, and they're angry at the white supremacist patriarchy.
Yeah.
Now, the reality is, I think they want to exert some kind of authority, and they know that they're not going to be able to in the Muslim community and the Pakistani community, but they know that they can arrest a white man and get away with it.
Well, it's interesting because I'm looking over here, and I see you got a book called No-Go Zones.
By who?
Raheem Kassam, I believe.
Yeah, right there. And so, again, so it's more important that we entrap guys that are just catcalling some women that are running in tights than we go in and we say, you're going to abide by English common law. You're not going to come in here and set up some Sharia law. You're not going to come in here and have these roving gangs that are raping young English women. You're right. Europe is done. If this is what they're going to resort to.
I don't know. I heard that Marine Le Pen's party is beating Macron's. Like the right-wing shift has been happening in Europe for some time, and people are saying enough to the just the conquering of their nations.
Yeah, because that's the reason why you've got Macron, you've got Starmer, you've got Carney in Canada. Now all of a sudden they're saying, yeah, we're going to recognize a Palestinian state. Australia is another one, because they have allowed people to come into their country and do exactly that. But yet they're focusing on, like you said, the white patriarchy. You're the bad guy.
Don't look at me. I'm mixed race. I get a free pass. And Elaad's Jewish, so he's one or the other, depending on whether they hate Israel or like Israel. I think actually you're screwed a lot.
But even George Zimmerman was a white Hispanic.
That's true.
Be careful.
That's true. And he was not white.
No, he was nowhere near it.
And it's funny because I like to shout out Luke Rutkowski, who's blonde hair, blue-eyed white guy. But because he's Polish, he's considered a person of color to the left.
He's a Slavic man.
Yep. Slavs are considered people of color because they're oppressed. That's where the word slave comes from.
That's true.
Slav.
Yeah.
That's right. So he's oppressed.
Poor Luke Rutkowski.
I know. We need to do one of those like Sarah McLachlan fundraiser videos for poor oppressed Luke Rutkowski.
In the arms of an angel playing, and just all these like slow shots of Luke Rutkowski.
Eating, out of beans out of a can cold and whatever it is he's doing down in Florida.
Poor Luke. I wonder if he's in the chat today.
He's probably in the chat. He's probably going to respond with, yes, give me money.
Take advantage of it, Luke.
Yeah.
I back it.
But this is what the UK has become. Once a nation so great, they invented chicken tikka masala. Now, that's true.
I know.
Now it is, crime is rampant in the cities. If you go online and say naughty words, you'll go to prison.
In the UK, you are 8 times more likely to be jailed for a social media post than in Russia. So,
Wow.
Is that true? What's the source?
That
That's
the
wild.
source that I got is Konstantin Kisin from the what's it called, the Trigonometry podcast. He said you're 8 times more likely to be jailed for social media posts in Britain versus Russia. I mean, and the UK would say that they have free speech, right? In Russia, they don't even. I don't think they would even say, "Oh, yes, we have free speech in Russia." I think most Russians know that there are things you can't say, and if you do say certain things, that you might get thrown off a building or whatever.
Yeah, you'll disappear.
Yeah, but in the UK, they'll say, "No, we have free speech," but yet they jail people for Facebook posts, and it's a lot of them. I think like 400 people. Last year in 2000, this was in 2018 that it was. In 2018, 400 people in Russia were jailed, and I believe, let's see, where is it? 3,300 in the UK.
No more rule Britannia, huh?
No.
What a fall from grace from global hegemon colonizing all of the world. I believe it was the first major empire to abolish slavery.
Yeah. Well, not the first. It was like the first empire at all. They were the first human beings to abolish slavery. And they went around the world and did it. Like, it wasn't just the UK. It wasn't just like, Britain that it happened in. It was all of the colonies.
Mm-hmm.
So they were, on the cutting edge of that.
And now you get arrested for talking shit on Facebook over there accordingly.
Go to prison.
Which is absurd. And you'd think that the people in charge, like politicians, you'd think that they would be embarrassed by this. You'd think that the rest, they would think, well, the rest of the world is looking at us, but it seems like it doesn't affect them or doesn't faze them.
Do you think, Phil, that what's happening around the world with moves like this is that aliens have taken over our governments and are trying to prevent us from reaching the moon and Mars?
I mean, I think that my take on whether or not there have been aliens here. So no, I don't think it's aliens. I think the
aliens are actually happy for us to reach galactic status, but we're just screwing up ourselves.
Yeah, I think it is. Definitely think that it's human beings. I think that aliens have not reached Earth at all, personally.
I don't know, man. I heard stories,
From Shane.
Yeah.
I love Shane. He's so much fun. You should all tune in.
It's funny because
Inverted World Live at 10 p.m. tonight.
It's like a cognitive test when I say stupid things on Twitter, and then the media reports it as if it's fact. And my favorite is when liberals do it. There was one time I tweeted, it should be illegal to believe in God, and then I tweeted immediately, it should be illegal to not believe in God. And these liberals posted on Reddit, and they were like, "Tim Pool's so dumb, can you believe it?" And I just love looking at the comments from people who are like, "Please, for the love of God, he posted both. He's screwing with you. You're falling for his trap." But they don't listen because they're too dumb. And I'm just sitting back being like, "Joke's on you. I was just pretending to be retarded."
You are retarded.
Retarded for believing it or not seeing that it was a joke. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but the reason I did those tweets, I literally explained why I was doing them. I said, I can put these two tweets out that are inversions of each other, and only one is going to echo out in each space. And the liberals, of course, took the one that was cannon fodder for them and decided they hate me despite not actually following me or knowing anything about me. And it's just fake tribal cult BS. The right didn't do that. The left did. And that's where we're at right now. So when I look at the UK, it really does seem to me like whether it's behavioral sync, like the rat utopia, or there is some powerful force saying we need to retard the development of the UK, they're moving down a path that will just destroy their culture.
I mean, the left has been in
society.
The left has been in charge for 30 years. Even the right wing in the UK is very left leaning. They don't have a competent, actual conservative party. The conservatives in the UK are like Democrats here.
Have you seen Kingsman?
Pardon me?
Have you seen Kingsman?
Yeah, I saw it a while ago. Yes.
Have you seen Kingsman? Mm-hmm. Good movie. And the funny thing is, at the end, it turns out that the British, Arthur, who was leading the Kingsmen, actually was a bad guy too.
Yep.
Because when the bad guy explained to him what was going on in the world and what they were going to do, he went, "You know what? You're right." And so, for those who don't know the movie, a tech billionaire he believes that the earth is overheating because it's got a virus, which is humans, and humans need to be purged. And so this tech billionaire wants to to purge a lot of regular people all around the world. And there's an unaffiliated private secret service called Kingsman. There's secret agents that stop bad guys from destroying the world. And it turns out the guy who runs it actually agrees with the tech billionaire who wants to cull the planet and secretly helps them do it. And then a rogue agent, the main character, ends up shutting them down. But the point is, could it be as simple as the bad guys go to King Charles and say, we want to kill as many of your people as possible because there's too many people on the planet? And he goes, okay, you're right. And that's what we get. Or I should say that's what the UK gets.
Well, some people would say that was the nexus of COVID, and people like our tech billionaire, Mr. Microsoft.
Bill Gates.
Some of the things that he pushes. I'm not eating bugs, Bill. I'm just not. I'm from down south. I know that you said, bacon is overrated. Don't ever go down to Georgia and say bacon is overrated, okay?
Oh, man, bacon's great. We got a spot over here, Cider Press, this restaurant in the area.
Great.
And they have bacon-wrapped apples.
I think they're going to start making smash burgers again as well.
They don't have smash burgers?
No, I actually have. They'll make them for you if you ask
really?
for it. I specifically was like, would you make a smash burger? And they're like, yeah. And they talked about bringing them back on the menu.
And smash the onions right into it? Mm-hmm. I'm going to tell them to do that.
It's awesome. They're super good.
Interesting. See, the secret to a smash burger is to smash the burger.
Yeah.
And then it makes it crispy.
Yeah, you gotta let it cook long enough too. That's one thing that a lot of places don't do. They don't let them actually build up that crust on the outside.
That's right.
From cooking it
char.
You gotta have that hot grill too.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.